Hey everyone, EGMAN here with another video, and today we have an upgrade of an older character in Ingenium with some of the new cards from the third set of the My Hero Academia card game, Heroes Clash. And honestly, I've been really enjoying the good symbol in this game, and I've been looking through all the characters with that symbol to see which one I'd kind of like to try some of the new stuff with it, and Ingenium definitely caught my eye. He has a nice enhance that once per turn your EX or slam attack gets +3 damage, which is pretty good. And then also response once per turn after an attack is played, it gets +3 or -3 speed. If it is your attack each time your rival plays it enhanced during this attack's enhanced step, ready one foundation that has not been ready this combat phase. So being able to essentially ready your foundations that you've already used, especially ones that you've used for effects, or some that perhaps your opponent has committed for you, is a really strong effect. And it also just means that your opponent is kind of doesn't want to activate any enhances for your attack, which means that if you have a really kind of strong attack, which this deck definitely can, especially being able to give +3 damage to some of your guys, makes it just very, very strong. So definitely like giving something +3 speed and +3 damage, and then saying, okay, if you use any enhances, I only get my foundations back, is incredibly strong. So we're going to go over some of the foundations first. So male bonding, one of the new ones, and it's honest, this is like one of my favorite ones. I think it's just a better copy of Manly Passionate Guy, which we are also running because we're not silly. But just being able to take damage and then be able to flip this to build something, it just means like you get a free build every turn after turn one, because your opponent's always going to be attacking, and if you want to build some more stuff, that's good. It's also kind of like an idea of uncommitting a foundation for it too, which is nice. One with Nature, probably one of the strongest cards in the set, if not the. It is such a great foundation. Being able to discard a card to make your attack +1 damage and +2 speed essentially is just absurd. And obviously there are other ways to discard this, but if you have two of these already built, it's just very, very good. The best foundation probably of our deck that we want to be building. So why we're playing New Training Method at 4 as well. Not only does this help us build foundations, but it also means that if we do check one with Nature, we can just use New Training Method to add it to our hand to play it later. And then we also have the Celebrity status. I like this as 3. This can help us add a momentum to the top of our deck. So there are some draw effects in this deck too. So by using those effects to use Celebrity status to put on top and then cycle it, just means that we can have more attacks at our disposal, which is quite nice. It can't be fixed. We're playing a good deck, so we play this at 4. Why would we not? Manly Passionate Guy at 4. I've been not liking this one as much as we've been talking about it. It's fine, and being able to build foundation, especially something that you found off New Training Method and then you want to build later, that's fine. Bonds of Friendship at 4. It's a 6 check. It's great. It's a high 1 also. So just great for everything besides just this actual effect, but sometimes it does do some stuff for us. Passing the Torch, probably one of the best cards for us to just commit for the draw. And then if we use our Ingenium character response afterwards, it just means that your opponent, if they start using enhances, you get to draw some more cards with it, something good like that. Kind of the same with like something, I don't know, like Specialist sound kind of the same idea, though you wouldn't commit this during your effect, but I don't know. This is just like the best good card you'd want to commit for a foundation because you actually do it and you get that card draw with it, which is nice. This one for mainline success, this is great off of just obviously, if you put a Celebrity status, use the effect to put an attack to the top of your deck, guess what? You can say attack and then you're right. So that's kind of nice there. And if you're using like Specialist Sound, which we are using, and we see something, we can definitely get the top card of our deck, so that's nice. And then also preparing for battle. We're running a couple of these. These are just like another copy of Passing the Torch in the sense that it does let us draw some cards. It also is a breaker 1, which is kind of nice. It is a 3 low, which is kind of tricky to get that breaker 1, but it is nice. You do have to discard a card to draw a card as well, but in general, it's just kind of a backup copy of that in that kind of sense. Then going to our attacks, we have 3 copies of Wind Up Punch. I really do like this card. I almost want to run it at 4, but it's great for what we're doing. It's really easy for this to be a 4 mid for 7 based off your opponent having 8 or more foundations, which people are building foundations right now, so you'll probably get there. And then also enhance if you have discarded 1 or more cards this combat phase, which you can with 1 with Nature, and you can also do with preparing for battle if you need to. Also, you get the -1, you get the stun 2 with this, which is really nice. It's a great kind of effect you can use with that. And by having some other, like, you just have some flexible ways to get there, and I think that's solid for it. So just a great attack. It's great for ending the game too, because it has powerful 3 if you need it, and it's just very, very strong. Especially since you can just you can make this 7 mid for 7 very easy just by using your Ingenium effect, which is great. So there's that. Back Alley Haymaker. Do I have to explain this card to you guys? It is so dang good in the game still. It is EX2, which we don't have, honestly, a lot of good EX2 attacks, but this one is for some reason. So with our character effect, yeah, this can be stun 2, 8 damage, and 7 speed just from our character, and then also draw a card about a foundation. It's just good any time you want to play it. You already know that. Copy Harden. This is a slam. There aren't a lot of good slam or EX. I think that's the only thing that's holding this deck back from more, is that good is a great symbol for it, but we need more of those symbols for us. But anyways, you can add 1 foundation from your stage to your hand. This attack is +3 damage. So solid there, especially since you can add a foundation to your hand, and then you can just discard it with 1 with nature. So because sometimes you need to do that, which is strong. It's breaker 1/2 on a high block, which is great for us there. And again, with the slam, being able to this is always a 4/6. If you want to play it that way, and that's a 4/6 that you give +3 damage to, so it becomes a 4/9, and then you can give it +3 speed, so it becomes a 7/9 just from your character doing their own thing, and then your opponent will be not wanting to do any enhances, because then it makes it easier for us to uncommit some of our foundations. Next is Airstream Driver. I think this is probably one of the best cards in the deck. I probably need to bump it up to 3, but it is a slam attack. Again, discard 1 card from your rival's card pool. This gets +3 speed and +3 damage. So overall, let's say it gets +3. You double it, so it becomes a 6 high for 9, and then you can use both of your character enhances, or response and enhance, to make it a 9 high for 12. And then you can also discard a card from 1 with nature to make it essentially a 11 high for 13. Like, this just gets in for free. So I probably need to bump it up to 3. Sometimes you just don't want to play it, and you can't really play it first. You have to kind of make your opponent block first to get the full effect from it, because you have to discard a card from the card pool, but it's a solid card for what it does. It is very, very strong there. Ricochet Charge. I'm never going to say that right. It is a charge punch enhance if this, as the only attack in your card pool, gets stunned 2. So it's a great way to just start your plays. You can also just make this one your +3 speed if you really want to, just because it has the enhance. If this attack is not blocked, you get to discard it from your card pool instead of building it into your foundation. So it just means you can make your next attack 1 easier to go through, and with a stun ability 2 on the first enhance, it's just very good. I like it. I think it's a solid card for us. And then Hardened Jab, it's a 4 block. It's 1 high. Add 1 face down foundation to your stage for your hand, build the top card of your deck face down. So this is nice for what we're doing as well. It helps us just recycle our foundations. It lets us essentially uncommit 1, which is nice. And it's just a good punch attack, because we also run a Texas Smash combo punch. This attack is +4 damage, and then enhance discard 1. Your next attack this turn gets +4 damage. So this is great. This also can set up your wind up punch as well, or even your back alley haymaker. So again, back alley haymaker in this deck, if you use your Ingenium effects correctly, you can give it +3 damage, and then +3 damage again from the Texas Smash. Sorry, +4, so +7. So you make it a 12. That becomes essentially 7 mid, and then you can EX2 to make it higher. So there's so many just cards that you can turn into your end game win condition just by using the Ingenium effect, and I think that's very, very strong. So and what else do we have? I think that's pretty much this. We have Capture Evildoers. Just if we go really wide with our board, we can use this to get rid of it. This also can just be a way to add a card to our momentum, which is great. Especially since you can do some fancy stuff with that, or you can just discard a momentum, discard up to 3 cards from your card pool, which means that if you're trying to do a lot of attacks and you want to get rid of attacks, this can also be used to refresh your card pool for Ricochet Charge, so you can get another stun 2 in afterwards too, which I think is really good. So you could do Ricochet Charge, they block it, Capsule Evildoers, and then you play another one, and then it has stun 2 again, which is kind of nice. So Just other cards to think about. Nothing very much. Any means necessary is like if you discard this, you get to draw a card. So that could be kind of nice. I don't know if that's cheesy or not, but it's something you can do if you want it to. Again, like preparing for battle makes it a little bit better for that. Recovery Girl's Kiss and Self-Sacrifice too, just for some ways to clear up your foundations because you're going to be building a lot, and the fact that this is a 1 low block is not terrible either. But that is going to be the list for you guys. Let me know any other decks you want to be upgraded to set 3. I really do like this one. I think it's very fun, and that will be it for me. So thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I'll catch you all next time.